Okay, there's the detected black shaft. It's not the red belly, I think they call it. Pros, obviously it's lighter. This is the stock shaft next to it. It is longer. This is not extended. These actually, when you have the stock shaft off, it's actually not much difference. I mean, I know there's some, but I mean, it's not like this thing weighs 10 pounds and that weighs 5. It's nothing like that. The other thing is the stock shaft doesn't have a hole in it here for a drain. But I think if you were, let's say you were budget conscious, this, the lower, they do sell just the uppers. The lower would be fine. You would want to drill a hole in it somewhere, somewhere in here to let the water out if you kept the lower and just bought an upper. My thoughts on it, if I had a 600 or an 800 and I wanted to water detect and didn't have a scoop, I would buy the scoop before I bought the carbon shaft. I mean, the carbon shafts are nice. I mean, they are lighter. Every bit that you take off is going to help. This one does have a drain hole in it. Let me show you here. Make sure that the drain hole is on the bottom instead of the top, because you'll be using it, say it somewhere around this angle. Okay. The other thing is the stock shaft. This cuff adjusts up and down. This shaft, the detected, only has one spot for the cuff, which is fine. But it only has 2 spots for the adjustment. Now I've got it back here on the furthest one towards the cuff, and it fits my arm just right. But I could see if you had shorter arms or even longer arms, there's maybe, I didn't actually measure it, I think there's only an inch, or it's not 2 inches, I don't think. If it's 2 inches, I'd be surprised difference. But this one fits my arm, I don't know if y'all can see this, just about where I like it. I don't like it all the way back here on my elbow, but I don't like it forward any more than that. I want it to be there, and I don't wear a tight cuff. I wear it where it just hangs on there, because that way if I'm in the water, I can use this hand and just let it hang on there without having a lanyard. And that's just, my preference. Okay, that's one thing. Here's the other thing. The other thing is, of course, you've got your little ball that sticks out, the spring-loaded ball on the other one. This shaft just slides in and out. And the issue with it just sliding in and out is there's nothing to line this up. As you slide the, let me get over here. As you slide this stock shaft in and out, of course you can catch these holes, and it locks it into position. This one doesn't have anything like that. I mean, it's quick. You got the quick release right here. You just pop it open. But what you can do, let me see if I can put this thing on my neck here. Or what can happen, I guess is what I should say, is this, when you loosen this, see, there's no way to tell how far you're coming out here. And you can actually just pull it all the way out. There's also no way, if you look here, of course the coil just spins around. So, you don't want it like in that position. So you gotta, I guess, line the coil up and then flip the little flipper dipper here when you've got it straight. And as you can see, it's not straight right now. the head's kicked to the left, and you can't just reach over and just, I guess you could, but it probably ain't good. So anyway, I'm not real fond of this part of it. This is like, whatever. So what I'll probably do is when I get, let me set this over and take this off my neck. I know this is kind of bouncy. I apologize for that. When I get this set where I like it, as far as length, and get it straight where it's, you know, the coil is lined up with the head, I'm probably going to put a little mark here that I can see when it comes out. I'll just back it right up to the edge here, and I'll also put a mark that'll line up, I would assume, with this little, I don't know if you can see this little ridge. I may even paint that ridge and put a mark this way, so I can line those up and clip it, you know, come down, have a white mark. They've got some like ink. It's a tube. It's like ink. It's for marking steel. They come in all different colors, but white would probably be the best. And another thing, this had anything to do with the shaft. But anyway, this is, I don't know. It's okay, but it's going to take a little bit because I don't want to have to fool with it and clip it on and off 2 or 3 times to get everything lined up and straight. What was I going to say? Oh, the other thing is, if you're in murky water, you can't see that coil. Now I know Paul C. over in the UK, he's got his coils. I think he uses tape. I'll have to ask him, but I want to do something with this coil. If nothing else, than to just, you know, maybe paint a line, or, you know, paint the front of the coil white or something. It's great on ground. It's great in clear water. But when you get into like murky water, which I hunt a lot at, some of these West Coast places are not the clearest, and you can't see your coil. And when you're in chest deep water trying to set your scoop in, about the only thing you can do is bring your scoop up there till you bang on your coil, move your coil, and then dig it. It's hard to set it up. And I don't know how y'all have been pinpointing, but that dot right here in front of this nut is just about where I come in. I come in right there on that dot when I pinpoint. I come up behind it, and wherever that dot's sitting is where that's where I put my shovel. And I'm talking about dry land. I don't very often use the actual pinpoint mode. Sometimes I do, but a lot of times I don't. Anyway, that's my thoughts. It's a good shaft. I mean, it is lighter. There's a couple things that, you know, may not suit everybody, like this quick disc is good, disconnect, but it doesn't have any stops, and you don't know how far out you're going. Like I've got one from my AT Pro, and it's got little marks on the side. Of course, it's a square shaft, but it's got, I think, 1 through 5. I bring it out to 5, lock it, and I'm gone. But it's a lot heavier than this shaft too. It's more of a composite. But yeah, it's okay. I like it. You just might want to check. I don't know. You know, somebody's got real long arms. It might not be good for you. I don't know. You'd have to check if you want. If anybody's got long arms and wants me to, I can measure from the cuff to that first hole, and then you can figure it'll be another inch or two. So I don't know. That's it.